All right. So, hello everyone. Hello knockouts. Tonya Tko here. And I decided to do this video live because I wanted to just get the video up, right? The title of today's video is When Did Social Media Become a Community of Cowards? And I have the phone lines open 323-488-3149. You can call and talk to me live. Um, I posted, you know what? Hi Opal, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so welcome in everyone. We're going to be talking about our experience here on social media. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this video and I'm going to just take this video and copy, cut and paste the URL, and I'm just going to post this video to people who comment inside my comment section, who behave in a manner online that they know they would not behave if they had to say this to the person face to face, if they had to show their face and say this, if they had to say this to a person live. So last night I was surfing around on the internet, right? And I went from YouTube to Twitter to Facebook, and everywhere that I went, it was just like a knockdown, throwdown brawl. It was like people are fighting here, people are fighting there, people are fighting everywhere. People are saying all of these harsh and cruel things to one another. And I wonder to myself, when did we become like this as a society? I'm looking around at where it is that we've descended to, and I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. You know, it's like what it is that we've done is we've taken conversations that would have been had one on one with people. Let me tilt this down a little bit. We've taken conversations that would have been had with people one on one in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our small towns, and we've branched it out to people, all giving people access to people all across all across the world. And they have the ability to use whatever photo they want to use or no photo at all. And they have the ability to then say whatever it is that they want to say out of their mouths, because you don't know their mother, you don't have their phone number, you don't know how to get in touch with them, you don't know how to follow up with them, and they use the cloak of anonymity. And I want to hear from you, so I have the phone lines open. It's the phone number is 323. Can someone type this inside the room so that you all can have it? It's 323-488-3149. Again, it's 323-488-3149. And if there is somebody, listen to this, if there's somebody out there who wants to confront me, because I get a lot of people who type all types of ridiculousness inside of my comments. And I had to say to this one girl last night, because it's just getting ridiculous at this point. And I'm like, you know what? If you really feel that way, give me your phone number. I'll call you and you can say this to me. You can say this to me personally. So what I'm doing is I'm imploring you. Send me your Instagram so that I can see your face and see what you look like. Give me your phone number and I will call you on that number. And then you can tell me whatever it is that you feel that you need to say. And I'm like, I wonder when it is that, because you know what, because look, I've been on YouTube since YouTube was 2 years old. And way back in the days, we had community. People came together to uplift one another, to create content together, we had community here on YouTube. And it's strange because on Facebook, people have their family pictures, their family photos, their real life photos, and still on Facebook, people are cutting up and acting the fool on Facebook as well. And I'm just looking around at what our society has become, and I'm horrified. I'm horrified. And so Felicia is saying, I agree, but now it's too much drama going on. Carolyn is saying social media is becoming the scapegoat of dealing with issues or talking to people in general. I don't really know what that means, but and Annette is saying we are Instagram friends, TKO. Okay, what is that? I don't know what that means. Um, so you and I are not fighting on Instagram, so I'm not really sure what we're getting at. A Taste of Heaven is saying, I get that all the time, but I still allow comments on my posts. I can get offended when people disagree. I get offended when they start I don't. It says I can get offended. All right, she gets offended when they start name calling. And so my question, so here's the first call. You're on live with Tonya. Oh, you know what? My microphone is all the way down. You know what? My microphone is not plugged in. All right, that would help. So let me get my microphone plugged in. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I apologize. I forgot it wasn't plugged in. All right, give it a second to kind of bounce up and start up. Uh, and so Dipped in Indigo is saying, I get offended when people are defensive and block out info and chances to grow. Yeah, that's really interesting. Debbie is saying, world is ending, sign of the times. There's no funneling out. The mentally deranged would be nice, but not a thing as of yet. All right, so Prince is getting blocked on my channel. I come here as an adult and let's have an adult conversation. And so Opal Fruitcake is saying social media, the anonymity, it's evil. Reason debate is a thing of the past. YouTube has become the new reality show for thirsty folks that wouldn't make the cut on television. That's interesting. All right, so the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open, so my bad. I need someone to test it out to just make sure that the microphone is plugged in and everything is all good. I'm confused as to when we became what it is that we've become. Here we go. Let's take a look and see. All right, you're on the air live with Tonya. Can you hear me? I don't think they can hear me. Or is it not turned up? What? Hello? I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I just plugged in the mic and you know what? Let me close this and then open it back up again. I'm so sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna restart my browser. You know what? I'm just gonna restart my whole computer. That way it can register the microphone. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart it. Don't worry, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. Don't worry. Yeah, so I really want to hear from people. I want to know, are you all having the same thing going on too? How did we become so miserable as a society? Why are people in so much pain that they're lashing out in these ways? And one thing that I've noticed on Facebook is if you disagree with a person, they'll just block you. If you have a different opinion, it's like people post and they don't want to have discussion. They don't want anyone to have a different opinion. No matter how nice you are about a difference of opinion, they'll block you. I've gotten blocked over the silliest of things. I'm so confused. And so the computer has restarted. So Na is saying, I swear I wish I knew, but I feel the safety net of being anonymous behind a keyboard gives cowards bare muscles they otherwise wouldn't. Nobody's fighting like the 60s. I hear you on that. I hear you. Okay, so Shark is saying we are way past a little ribbing. Now they're doxing folks about their kids and where folks work at. I can't no more. I stay in Block Nation, live there. And Luna is saying, I unplugged from the Matrix 4 years ago. No social media here, just YouTube. It's horrible. Mary saying, I really don't go on Facebook anymore. I feel invaded. You know what? It's strange because I stopped going on Facebook as well. I stopped using the friend page. I don't really see the point of it anymore. Oh, wow. Somebody got put in Facebook jail for saying someone was butthurt. Yeah, it's so strange what we've become. All right, I'm getting ready to open the phone line back up. I just logged back in. Internet is on. Microphone is plugged in. And how Tumblr, Timothy is saying I have no social media, yet he's speaking to us on YouTube. Don't break it to him. Don't break it to him. All right. So War Anarchy is saying, you ever feel like committing suicide? No, I don't. I sometimes wish that I could just float away back into where it is that I'm supposed to be, but not committing suicide. Are you having those thoughts, War Anarchy? Talk to us. I'm about to sign back in. And Dipped in Indigo is saying, also, it's exhausting having to post lower vibrational stuff just so that I can post meaningful content. I'm with you on that one, sister. Okay, I'm logging back in. So get ready to call in. Somebody paste the phone number in for us, please. Ron Ellis says you empower people on your channel, so it's all good, is it? All right, here we go. All right, you're on live with Tonya Tko. How are you?
Hi, Tonya.
Hi, how are you doing?
Happy. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. If you could turn down your computer or whatever the feedback is coming from, that would be great.
Okay.
All right, so talk to me. What's going on? When did social media become a community of cowards?
Actually, I'm not sure. I just think that everyone is mean. Everyone is angry. Everyone is paranoid. I don't get it. It's like there's no love.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
When did you start noticing a change? And yeah, the people, you can respond to the caller. We're not talking about relationship advice today, so please respond. So when did you start noticing the change?
Honestly, when we got our black president,
Oh, Obama.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it could have been happening way before that, but that's when I noticed it. Now, I can't speak for anyone else.
Oh, you know what? Let me think about that. So we're talking about 2016 then.
Yes.
No, 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 2012. No, 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 no.
Yes, well,
2000, when did Barack Obama became president? 2000 when?
I'm not sure, but that's what I
But you know
noticed.
what? Barack
The
Obama became president when I was living in Harlem. That was 2008. Yeah, cause I remember cause I was in Harlem. I went to a watch party, and then we took to the streets of Harlem. That was 2008. Okay. All right. People are saying 2008 in the count. Girl, we 8 years behind. So yeah, so he got elected 2008. That's when you started noticing the difference. What is the difference that you noticed? What happened?
paranoia. Everybody got excited, then they got paranoid. That's what I see. Paranoid. Everybody's paranoid, mean, and that's what I'm noticing.
What do you think they were paranoid about? Talk to me.
They were expecting this great thing, and all hell broke loose. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're disappointed, and when you're disappointed, there are so many emotions that comes with that.
Okay, so I need you to be more specific so I can understand what you're talking about. So people
I
became
think
paranoid. What
women
did they think was going to happen? So you said paranoia. So what were they thinking was going to happen?
I assume that they believe that once this man became president, that everything would change for us. And when I say us, I'm a whole black woman.
Okay.
And it changed for us, then it changed for everyone because we win. That's what they thought. And so when, I mean, he did his thing and it just didn't pan out the way we expected it to. I just noticed everybody freaking out, everybody getting paranoid, all types of stuff happening. And
Okay.
it started with social media.
Okay. You know what? All right. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna let you get off the phone. We're gonna pontificate on that a little bit. And then the phone lines are open for the next person. So thank you. I appreciate you giving your point of view. I appreciate.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. You know what? Let me think about that. 2008, cuz I got online 2007. And I remember I moved to Harlem. And so things were still cool because I remember when I moved to Harlem, we had that 24-hour watch party where we were doing a 24-hour watch party. There was a girl who called in who was in an abusive relationship. We did the research to get her out of that abusive relationship and into a shelter. Do you guys, I don't know how many of you were with me in 2008 because I was in the process of moving. I was going to be moving to the Upper East Side, and we had this 24-hour watch party. And during that watch party, I remember this girl called and she said, listen, I'm in an abusive relationship and I'm afraid that my partner is going to kill me. And her name was Ebony. You remember that, right? And then we got Ebony the help that she needed, and that was 2008. Hey, you're on the line live with Tonya. Talk to me. What's going on? When did social media become a community of cowards?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, talk to me.
Alright, well, I think, like, it became, like, a community of power because people usually like to, like, stalk people and stuff like that. But I use it as a business tool like you do. And I think if you use it as a business tool, then it becomes a great necessity. Well, what do you think?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that point of view. Let's pontificate on that. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright.
So the caller says if you use it for a business tool, then you don't have to worry about trolls or anything like that. What are your thoughts on that? So the phone lines are open 323. Can you post the thing cuz I have to look 323. I can never remember my phone number. 323-488-3149. So if there's somebody who could be in charge of just cutting and pasting that every so often, that would be great. So 323-488-3149. So I remember we had that watch party, and then I remember moving to the Upper East Side, and then I got carted off into TKO Skin. And so between 2009 and 2014, when I closed the business, um, I'm sorry, I hear someone knocking, but they're not knocking on my door. They're knocking on another door. But it's like out here in the desert, sound waves travel. You can feel the sound waves. It's very interesting. It's like you can feel them. It's so strange. I'm trying to click on answer, but it's not answering. Okay, you're on the line live with Tonya TKO. What's your name, caller?
My name is Janine.
Hi, Janine. So, if you could turn down your computer or whatever, what's your thoughts? When did social media become a community of cowards?
Well, honestly, it's always been a community of cowards. And I would say that because, think about it, it gave people actually the power to, to be able to even communicate with people and not be themselves. So all of these stalkers and kind of weirdos, they took that on themselves to, I mean, pretty much, and or people who like to argue and have conflicts and things like that. So it turned into not a social thing and not a business thing for some people. It turned into what we would call, just a community of people who are arguing back and forth, or people who are stalking people and catfishing people,
You know what?
saying that they're
You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to get some
go ahead.
context. How long have you been online?
How long is I? You know what? Not very long.
What?
I want
Okay.
to say like maybe 2008 per se. That
Okay.
when Facebook first came out. I was not hip. I just got on Instagram.
Okay, so you know what? That's great. I'm going to ask each caller that because when you say it's always been that way, I have to disagree because I remember when social media when I remember when the internet first came out in 1998. And I remember
Mhm.
it was this weird place where you weren't really sure
Right.
what you could do. And remember there was Napster? You remember Napster and people were
Yes.
sharing
Oh God, that's so old.
yeah, yeah. You remember Lycos and those old browsers
Yes.
and stuff.
Those
So
old browsers. Yes.
yes,
Firefox
well, Firefox is still around,
is
but
still around. Yeah, but it's
people
old.
people used to use there was a system. I think it was like IRL system. I don't remember, but the
I,
screen was black and the letters were
yeah.
and remember we had chat rooms back in the days. Remember we
Yeah.
had the AOL chat rooms and
AOL. Yeah. I was just gonna say the
yeah,
AOL chat
and
room. Yeah.
people were coming online. So remember, the AOL chat rooms is social media. So, but people were just they
Yeah.
were coming inside the chat rooms. People were having a good time. We were talking. Remember, you've got
Mhm.
mail. Remember that
Yeah.
and everybody was like we were having fun back in the days. I remember because I remember what year was that? Gosh, I think it was 90 cuz remember first we had the phone lines where people were calling into the party line. Remember the party line?
Yeah.
You remember the
Oh
party
God,
line?
yes.
Okay. So we had the party line and things were cool. Yeah, there were some trolls. There were some
Yes, of
trolls,
course.
but
They've always been there. There's some trolls, but it wasn't full of them.
right. So now I feel like social media has become a dumpster fire of just craziness. So when did this
Yes.
so let's do the timeline. I want to figure
Maybe the
out
2000s.
okay, but what is people are saying dial up, they're talking about the phone lines. So yeah, cuz I remember you used to call into the chat line and you could have pretended to be somebody else. You could have put on a fake accent. You could and mainly it was just jokes and
Yeah.
you would become familiar with your favorite voices and there were some people on there who were scouting for something other than what you were doing. But
Right.
it was a
Those have been fun.
yeah, it was a place to come and have fun, you know? You know
Yeah.
what? Actually, it all started with the magazines. Remember, we had pen pals back in the days,
Uh
and
huh.
you could write to so in the backs of the magazines you could write to a person. You could have a pen pal in another state or wherever. So then
Right.
it went from the pen pal to then being able to call on the phone, and then it went from there to being able to connect user to user. And then it went from there to the AOL, to the phone chat rooms, the AOL chat rooms. And then we get YouTube, we get Facebook, we get Twitter, we get Instagram. And now we're in a huge dumpster fire of society. Oh, Yahoo Messenger! Oh my goodness, do you
Oh
remember
my
Yahoo
goodness.
Messenger? And Black Planet. You remember Black Planet?
Black Planet. Oh, okay. Black Planet. Yeah.
Yes, Black. You
Oh,
remember
that's
Black
so
Planet, and
old.
everybody had their Black Planet was like 2001, late 90s, and everybody
Yes.
had their page on Black Planet, and people would come by and look at your designs, and you could play music
After you
on
would
there.
design your page. Oh.
Yes, and then from there we had MySpace. MySpace came before
Mhm.
YouTube. And then there was YouTube. And YouTube, we had community on YouTube. You could respond to people. You have family on YouTube. You know, it was just like it was people were talking about their cancer. They were talking about all different types of stuff. And you felt close to people. You had community. When
Yeah.
did that
Yeah.
change? When did that change?
Um,
Can somebody who has the ability to Google, because I'm online right now, all of my bandwidth is used up. When did Google buy YouTube? What year? What year did Google buy YouTube? So it hasn't always been
no,
a bunch of angry people where if you disagreed with someone and and then you get angry at them if they didn't have the same opinion as you, then you block them, and then people doxing one another. And
yeah,
so you
people
were
just
saying before I cut
attacking
you off, go
people.
ahead.
No, it hasn't always been that way. No, I will have to take that back. You're right. It has not always been that way. But lately, in these 2000s, I say like lately, and I would say maybe even towards like maybe 2017, 15, around that time where now it's just become like you said, where it's the bullying and it's people lashing out because they have a difference of opinion and they just go completely hard on a person because their opinion or they don't agree with them. Like I think maybe about 2015, I'll say then,
Okay.
because it hasn't always been that way. You're right. It used to be fun, and it's not that anymore.
Yeah, no, you know what? I appreciate this was a very exploratory phone call. I appreciate you helping us get that timeline. So thank you. We're gonna let the next caller call in, okay?
Thank you so much. I watch you all the time. I love you, Tonya TKO.
I
You
love you
keep making these
too.
videos.
Okay, we'll see. I'm not feeling what's going on out here, but we'll see. Thank you.
Will you help with the self love, the self love? You really help with that. No matter
Am
what
I?
anybody tells you, yes, it's a help. You say some really positive things and really things that should help people if they're really listening and they're open minded. You know, it's helped me. So thank you.
Really? Okay. I need more people see because there's just an overwhelming influx of just the dumpster fire, and I need feedback
Yeah.
like yours because I don't really know. I feel like I'm fist fighting with fire. I feel like I'm screaming into the wind, you know?
No. And I really respect you for the fact that you did not. You said, hey, I refuse to talk about Wendy Williams and her alleged problems with her husband or whatever. I'm not going to discuss that. I really respect that because it's one thing for somebody to be going through something. It's another thing for a whole bunch of, just because she's famous or people are famous, sometimes people seem to not remember that this person is human. And if this was going on in your life, would you want people constantly reporting on it, whether you were famous or not?
Yeah. And I
You know what I'm
think,
saying? So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I think therein lies the problem. We have this connectivity, but what are we doing with the connectivity? We're using the
Yes,
connectivity to invade people's privacy. We're using the
privacy.
connectivity. So very interesting. You know what? Thank you. My mind is spinning right now. My mind is spinning. So thank you. I appreciate the call.
Well, thank you so much. You take care. Have a good rest of your day.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So the phone lines are open. Okay. So Emma is saying, I think people troll because we stop seeing people as people and just profiles. You're on live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, this is Day Silva. How are you, Tanya?
Hi, Day Silva. I'm fine, thank you. I'm in a space right now where my mind is like it's twirling like a twister out in the desert. I got a lot of stuff flying around in my head right now. So what's your answer? When did social media become a community of cowards?
I feel like it correlates with Trump coming on board, and the reason why I say that is because he started going on his social media and saying any and everything that he wanted to say, and it seemed like people followed suit. When they first elected him, before, during, the time he was running, he started saying some, really outlandish, vulgar things. I won't repeat some of the things he said, and it
Uh-huh.
just seems like he took to um, his social media accounts and he started saying any and everything. And it seemed like people followed suit after that. That's when I started seeing people come online and just felt like they could say anything. And so to me, it just seems like, how sometimes they say people follow the leader even though he's not my leader, but he's considered the leader here in the United States. And it just seems like once he did that, all bets was off. People just started doing anything they wanted to.
Okay, okay, all right. Where's your accent from? It's pretty.
Oh, I'm from the Maryland area. Well, actually from Washington D.C. And people always say
Oh,
I have an accent being from Washington D.C. I think it's from because my grandmother is originally from Virginia, the Virginia area.
Urier. Okay, thank you. All right, well, you know what? Let's
You're welcome.
pontificate on what you had to say. I appreciate this feedback. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Bye bye. You have a great
All right,
day.
you too. Okay, so she's saying that Trump, but did it begin with Trump? I know that it got ramped up when Trump got into office, but did it start there, 2016? Or are we just waking up to a new reality of trolling? You're on the line live with Tanya. What's your name, caller?
This is Asiatic Black.
Hey, Asiatic Black. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So, when did social media become a community of cowards? Talk to me.
I think it was designed for that from the door. Now, I heard you all mention Napster and things like that, LimeWire and all of that. I've been
Yeah.
through those days as well. Those were file sharing sites.
Uh huh.
Okay, so you didn't have a chance to really give opinions and gossip and slander people on those sites.
Mm hmm.
When social media became popular, such as Facebook and all of these type of things, it allows people to be who they weren't. So it goes as far as people faking themselves, putting up profiles to pretend that they're someone that they're not.
Mm
That
hmm.
is a coward move. That's where you're a coward. You have
Mm
people that's in the hood that's broke, busted, and disgusted, and they will go take pictures in front of a Mercedes or in someone else's car, someone else's home. They'll go to the beauty shop and fix themselves up, take pictures, put it all over social media. That's a coward move. So I think it
Okay.
was designed for that from the door.
Okay.
That's my
And so
opinion on
so
it.
so when people started putting up fake personas, however, putting up a fake persona, I believe is passive. When did it become
Yeah.
active? Like instead of receiving in, people writing to you, when did we start as a group reaching out to other people to lash out on their platforms?
Well, that caused it. That caused the trickle effect because a lot of people know that you don't live like that, so they give their opinion, and then
Okay.
it goes back and forth. Such as
Okay.
artists that put out songs and females that put out posts where they're looking like this, or males that put out posts of stacks of money and that sort of thing. So the backlash comes automatically because there are people out there that know that you don't live like that,
Yeah, but let me ask you this
and
question. Let me ask you this question though, because what it sounds like you're saying is that people are calling out people that they know. However, I would imagine that the vast majority of people who are doing the trolling are trolling people that they don't know. Because if somebody that you know, who you know the name and face and all this other stuff of, right? So like flashing
mm-hmm,
and flexing online is one thing. And then people say, well,
mm-hmm,
you don't really live that way. But when did it start
mm-hmm.
reaching out to other people who you don't know for sure whether they do or don't live that way?
That's an opinionated thing. That's what I was telling you. You don't necessarily have to know one. Everybody feels like they have an opinion because social media gives you that outlet. You feel like you're someone because you can look on social media. You can be who you want to be on social media. So that gives you the right to lash out on people that you don't even know.
Okay. I appreciate
I
your
feel, I
feedback. Thank you so
yes,
much. Thank you. You have a great
yes,
day.
ma'am,
We're going to pontificate on that, okay?
yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. So we only have a few moments left because my phone is down to 4%. But we may come back out later in the afternoon to continue the conversation because I really want to get down to the. Oh, it's powering off.